Hello, No Man's Sky gamers. Martos here, your favorite and still poorest astronaut in space. Today's a special day. This is the first what I can only hope are many tips and tricks videos geared at enraging the No Man's Sky gods and keeping you alive longer than they ever expected. So before you head out the front door of your base and blast off into the unknown, it's time to learn how I survive every pirate engagement and how to bring the fight to their doorstep.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Alright gamers, let's get started. So if you've ever played No Man's Sky longer than an hour, you know one thing best of all. Space is limited. Not outer space, exosuit and spaceship slots to be exact. My stay alive strategy keeps this in mind first and foremost. But you gotta start with the basics. Iron and plutonium. Plutonium, of course, is an isotope. It's rare, but my favorite for recharging any technology given its efficiency. Like iron, keep 2 stacks at all times when traveling in deep space. Next on our list, and still first in my heart, everyone's favorite element, iron. This stuff is everywhere. You have zero excuses that before you leave orbit, you don't have at least 2 stacks of this in your starship or exosuit inventory. In the heat of the battle, iron and other oxide elements like zinc are what are going to keep you alive. Last on our list, and never to be forgotten, are shards. Oxides aren't the only resource that's going to keep you alive in any battle. Shards, though somewhat rare organically in the game, are abundant in system markets and cheap. Though I'm the poorest Mexican in space, I can still afford a few. But just like iron and plutonium, keep 2 on hand. These buggers are extremely efficient at recharging your shields and come in 2 sizes, shards and plates. I recommend grabbing plates versus shards, as again, shards are a bit heftier when it comes to recharging shields as compared to shards. I don't think we have to break down the definition too much there. But I'll go ahead and grab 1 of each. Alright, we've got everything we need, so there's only one thing left to do. Call me out! Martos, does this strategy actually really work? Well, there's only one place I can really think about testing this one without having to wait around all night for pirates to just spam out of space. I call it Dead Man's Alley. Every space station and even planet has one. If you've ever noticed while you're warping through a system, or even warping towards a planet, or in this case an anomaly in space, asteroid belts seem to come in waves. So as you approach each planet or space station, you'll notice wave after wave after wave of asteroid belts that you'll just end up warping through, of course never hitting anything. One in particular, though, that I want to talk about is Dead Man's Alley. This place lies about 30 seconds from any space station, for sure. Can't say space anomalies yet, but it's the last and most inner ring as you approach space station space. And one of the things you'll notice as I'm bouncing off of rocks here is I'm trying to align my ship towards the space station, engage my warp boosters, get about 30 seconds from space station space, which is a good buffer between the pirates and safety. So every space station has one of these guys, remember. Cut your warp drive about 3 seconds before you actually hit space station space, and that will put you right in that sweet spot. You might end up having to boost a bit further, but Dead Man's Alley is going to be a surefire way for you to go ahead and test out any one of your fighting strategies. Every single time I've gone into Dead Man's Alley, it's a guaranteed catch. And without delay. Well, we only triggered one, but at least we triggered one. I was hoping to at least get 2 or 3 to come out into space with us, but we did not actually have to recharge our shields or even any of our phasers. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that noticed, but that pirate sure had a hard time maneuvering in this asteroid field. Like, subscribe, share. Humans need humans. Have a great night, everyone.